Is now the time to buy more Bitcoin, ETH, ADA, BNB, or is now the time to lock in profits? Many of you guys are asking that, so let's figure it out in the next 10 minutes. We'll cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano and Binance BNB, as well as the overall alts versus Bitcoin dynamics. 2 weeks ago I published this video, Bitcoin China Manipulation, I'm Buying, and we gave you this 40k support entry. How could I do that? When the whole Twitter was depressed and predicting doom, and even I in my gut felt that the trend has turned down. I even said to my wife that maybe the cycle is over for this time. Why then I'm buying? I could do it because I have a process and tools, and the trend according to my LARSSON line process was gold, meaning up, during 4 of these 6 touches on support. And it was never blue, meaning down. That helped me put emotions on one side and follow the process on the other side instead, enabling this entry. A process, tools, that's how. And that's what we will continue to use. Then I said in my previous video last week about this 48.8k level. What was that? That was the right shoulder of this head and shoulders pattern that we got here. That is significant because if you get the head and shoulders pattern, which is a top pattern, and then the price moves above the right shoulder, then that pattern is invalidated. And not only is it invalidated, but it's a strong bullish signal. In fact, it's a stronger bullish signal than the head and shoulders pattern is bearish in the first place. So if you missed the 40k entry because you were too lazy to take the course and get the LARSSON line indicator and process, then here was your second chance. And I told you guys, breaking above this right shoulder was a very strong bullish signal, especially in an uptrend with LARSSON line gold. More indicators aligning makes for an even stronger case. And let's take this one step further. What would the target be for that pattern? Then you'd take the height from the head to the neckline and add it from the breakout invalidation point, which was here. I always operate in logarithmic scale, and TradingView doesn't have a tool to move a bar around with constant height on the logarithmic chart. Look here, it gets smaller and bigger because they keep it the same height on the linear scale. But I've hand-drawn this to the same height on the logarithmic scale, and look, this height gives us a target of 57,830. And yesterday we hit 57,833. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Guys, I'm offering you my exact process with the LARSSON line tool and the complete course of why and how it works. I tell you exactly how I trade myself. There is 6 years of record, with half of it being forward testing. You're seeing it playing out in real time, the value it can bring. So go here, ctolarsson.com, you can click Bitcoin here at the top and read the track record. Then to get the course and indicator, you click here where it says course and indicator. You can pay with credit card here, or bank transfer, or with Bitcoin, or basically any other major cryptocurrency or stablecoin of your choice. Just email here and we'll sort it out. If you don't see the value in this after what has just played out, I don't know what to tell you. You don't go out to play FC Barcelona on the National Stadium because you scored a few goals in middle school and expect to win. But that's exactly what you do if you step out on the trading arena without tools, processes and real skills. Because when you trade, there is somebody else on the other side taking the opposite trade. When you are selling, they are buying, and when you are buying, they are selling. Money is unfairly distributed, so with a large probability, the person on the opposite side is FC Barcelona. Get the process, guys. If you don't like my videos, then get someone else's process. But you got to have a process. You will never survive in these markets if you just wing it or go with your gut. You won't. Not in the long run. So, onwards and forward. This time we smashed it, but enough celebration. What to do next? We recently had 3 clear entry points of favorable risk-reward. Here at 30k support, here at 40k support, and here at the 48k breakout. We could buy at a clear level with a clear level of invalidation, where we could cut the position in case it turns on us, which it then didn't. But now is not a clear entry point. If we buy now and it turns, where would we cut it? Where is the point where we fall through a clear support and the situation has changed and we need to get out? There is no such level nearby. This one may be the September high, but that's over 10% below where we are now, and it's not a strong support anyway. I think more interesting is to look here on the side. These VPVR bars represents at which price how much volume was traded. And as you can see, there was a lot of volume here, from 53,000 up to 59,000. That happened in the spring in this area over here, when the market manipulators were offloading, creating a Wyckoff pattern. Not now in October. But then above 60k there was never much volume, which means that not many people bought or sold there. And that means there won't be that much of resistance there either, probably. So I see two cases from here. Either we retrace a little now, we get a dip, and if trend remains up, as proxied by my LARSSON line indicator, and we get a dip, that will be the next entry opportunity with a good risk reward. Or we walk right through the rest of this hump here and cross over 60k. That's only 5% from here. That could be a better risk reward because there will be maybe less resistance from there. And we could punch right through all-time high. And then boy will there be FOMO if we do. Yes, there will. So if I weren't already in, that's how I would play this. Not financial advice, just what I would do. Don't take financial advice, guys, not even from me. Take the course instead. You can't get rich from others telling you what to do. You have to steer your own ship. ctolarsson.com. But how about the alts then? Ethereum, Cardano, BNB and others? Well, there is a map, and here it is. If Bitcoin goes on a major run, indicated with these two arrows up here, alts versus BTC often drop. If you were around in 2017, you know that, but many new traders don't know that. But if you think about it for a second, it makes a lot of sense. If Bitcoin really runs, you feel Bitcoin FOMO. I feel Bitcoin FOMO, everyone feels Bitcoin FOMO. Then people are going to sell some of their alts to put them back into Bitcoin. And if it goes in the other direction, Bitcoin in crash mode, then another psychology sets in. And that is fear and flight to safety. And safety in crypto usually means BTC, even if it's Bitcoin that's leading the crash. So then alts versus BTC will also go down. And a lot, and fast. This is even more unintuitive to new traders. Only after Bitcoin has made a run up and then consolidates on a higher level, Bitcoin starts feeling boring, at the same time as people have suddenly gotten a lot more money, and then they want to gamble on even higher risk assets, such as alts. Then alts versus BTC goes up. This has not been so clear during most of 2021, but it's very clear exactly right now. You can see it here on ETH versus BTC. Red line Bitcoin price, bars ETH versus BTC. And you can see it even clearer here on Bitcoin dominance. As Bitcoin price goes up, red line, Bitcoin dominance in percent of total market cap has also gone up in the same exact way. At this point, I would advise against looking at the alt to USD charts. Sure, the alt to USD chart will go up if Bitcoin goes up, but there are at least two problems with that. Number one, the alt to USD chart paints a blurry picture because most of what happens on, for example, the ETH to USD chart or the ADA to USD chart has nothing to do with Ethereum or Cardano. You're just watching a blurred picture of what Bitcoin is doing. Then better look at the Bitcoin chart. And number two, I think it's not good enough to make money versus USD. Either you beat BTC or you stay in BTC if you can't. So let's first look at the ETH to BTC chart. The Bitcoin rally stopped ETH to BTC from breaking through this 0.08 resistance area. If we're zooming out, the orange line here shows where Ethereum would flip BTC as the #1 crypto. And despite the recent dramatic moves, if we're zooming out, you can really see how small this range is. Personally, I will simply wait for the range to resolve. So for now, I'm just holding my ETH. But should this range break in the downwards direction, I will probably move my ETH back to BTC. And should the range break on the upside, I will probably move remaining BTC into ETH, because then ETH might make a run for #1 crypto and I wouldn't want to miss it. But for now, we're in a range between 0.055 and 0.08, with Bitcoin showing incredible strength. So the bottom of the range is definitely not safe from breakdown. Cardano, ADA to BTC. I took a lot of hate here on YouTube for suggesting a stop loss at the time of the smart contract release on September 12th, which was here with the orange circle. Well, I rest my case, guys, because what happened after that was that the price developed into a descending triangle, which then confirmed as this horizontal boundary broke down. Catching falling knives is more luck than skill, so I personally don't play that game. If I wanted to get in, I'd either wait for a confirmation of a bottom pattern or place order at support and be ready to cut them if they break. Support could be here at 32k sats or here at 1.68k sats. ADA and BNB are now again about the same size, and here on the BNB to BTC chart, we have a new development. This chart stayed over this support at 0.0076 for a long time, but the chart formed a descending triangle. And then inside it, a head and shoulders pattern formed. But now the support has broken, the descending triangle has confirmed, the head and shoulders pattern has confirmed, and LARSSON line is down. This looks bad. Long term, Binance operates the world's by far #1 crypto exchange by volume. But short term, this chart doesn't look good. It needs to find new support to reverse. Bitcoin dominance bounced from this 40% level for the second time this year, and the bounce looks confident. Looking at this, holding only alt exposure here would actually be quite risky. I'm a huge altcoin fan, but just looking at this chart, maybe holding only BTC until alts have proven that they can actually break down this 40% dominance could even be the more prudent thing to do here, though potentially a little boring. What we can say for sure is that this is a super exciting time in the market. Don't wait too long, guys, with the course. The markets are moving now. Take action. And like, subscribe, bell, and see you in this video next. CTO Larsson out. Hej då!